Welcome back to Box Delights. Welcome to our PAX Emancipation playthrough. This is going to be our final episode. Let's try and wrap things up in part 4. Before we begin, let's make a couple of quick corrections. First off, when I did the maritime op, I moved my marines about, and then I installed a marine as well. You can't do that. You can only move ore. So let's take that marine back. And when I installed it, I removed this barrier, so I'm going to put that back as well. But we should be able to deal with that soon enough. The other thing is I built a ship and I forgot to take my debt agent. So I should also have another one here. The other thing I did wrong is I built the ship earlier in the episode and I picked this up in edit and I paid 3 instead of 2. I should only pay 2 because of my factory, but then I fundraised straight afterwards, so that doesn't actually affect anything. Alright, I think that's cleared everything up. And we should be ready for Red's turn. So let's start with a fundraiser and divest these 2 marines. Then we'll capitalise. Do this. Okay. Alright. And now I'll take my bonus maritime action. Add the marine back. Place it here. Now we can get rid of this barrier. As my gunboat diplomacy, and we're back where we should be. And then, as our second action, we're going to join the revolution. It's going to cost me 1 because there's already a 1 here. 1 squared is 1. And we add a revolutionary. Ops phase, let's westernize. We need a red agent or no red barrier. There's no red barrier up here, so actually I'm going to do this over in Edo and free those slaves. I could have done that here in the East Indies because of the Underground Railroad, but I've also got a manumission op over here on Napoleonic Code. So let's do that. But as it goes, I'm going to keep working on Edo. It is costly, it's a number of barriers, so it's going to cost 1. This one would have cost 3. So we free some more slaves at the cost of 1. And I'm going to take the maritime op. This is free. I can add or move marines. I'm just going to move this one over here for now, get rid of this anarchy. We've still got, so yeah, 1, 2, 3 empty spaces there in Japan. So we've got to get through the hate roll of 3 dice, plus the elephant phase, which could destroy my revolution before we get to the revolution phase, and then this finally happens. Let's see what happens with the elephant phase. I don't want a 3. Anything but a 3. It's a 1. We're okay. But we finally lost Kokuri Kurishatan. This has a cultural diffusion arrow. That's going over here. This goes, that gets divested. It served us well. That's kind of a shame because that would have allowed me to place an agent on Edo as an impact icon. Yeah, nasty. Oh well, not everything can go your way. Hate roll, 3 dice. It's a 6, a 2 and a 3. 6 and 3 do nothing, but yeah, the 2 is going to kill one of these freedmen I just placed. I kind of felt that might happen. There was a risk. And we get a dissident. Kills go to the dissidents. So not too bad. Right, now for the fun part, we have a revolution. Napoleonic Code is complete and viable. We got 2 agents. Let's flip. Europe is modernized. There's by default a green agent here for the sake of scoring, but it doesn't help me. It doesn't act like a green agent for the sake of taking ops. We've got 2 dissidents that need to migrate. They'll go to the sphere with the least number of barriers, which is over here. Perfect, they're heading off to Japan, our newly active sphere. We've got two agents taking laws. The first one is going to divest and get rid of this barrier, the terror. And then my second one I'm going to post somewhere as an agent. Where do I want to go next? I think the East Indies, down here. That's it. We have completed the modernization of the first French Empire. This, the greatest codification of laws since the Roman Empire, championed meritocracy, equality before the law, property rights, religious toleration, modern secular education, and sound finances. Unfortunately, Napoleon was pragmatic about slavery. Market refresh. And the deck is running short. Let's push on, see what happens next. I think our first action is to legislate. We've got this one here, it's syndicated and viable, candle feather. Let's divest this. Candle feather is here in the general will. Liberalism says Henri de Saint-Simon. He envisaged a government composed of hierarchical merit-based organisations of the working class, defining working class as all persons engaged in productive work, from managers and scientists to labourers. He opposed government intervention into the economy beyond removing hindrances to productive work. Henri de Saint-Simon was a French businessman. He saw some sense here, I think. So impact icon says we can get rid of a red or a white, and it's an elephant top. Why don't we go down here? Batavia. Get rid of this white one. Padre clerics. We're working towards 25, remember? There's more than 25 barriers remaining. We've got 3, 4. We've got 26. We need to get rid of one more barrier. Meanwhile, this doesn't really help us anymore, which way around we put it. And this is the thing now, once you're legislating, you have to use the plebiscite to try and change the patterns here. There's also a limit of 6 cards in the general wheel. If you add more, you start removing them from the top. So yeah, why don't I put it the other way around? We'll make it candle candle, just in case we have to lose this one. At least then we maintain candle feather, right? And of course this gets rid of the disease cube. Elephant's moved there. 3 victory points. Next action is going to be to fundraise. Then we're going to move to ops and we're going to do suffrage. We've got a red agent here. So we're going to remove the final red barrier, blackbirders. It's 1 slaver, that's going to cost 1. Elephant's moved, there's a gap in the market, so it's just a hate roll. There's 2 gaps here, that's 2 dice. 4 and a 2 does nothing. There is a 2 here. Our ship's protected by a marine, and there's no frustrated icon, so no anarchy. Market refresh. So if we do a quick check on red's position, we need as many agents on the board as slavers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 6 slavers, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Marines do count. Actually, there's 1 more here. This one counts as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're actually good. We're in a victorious position right now. So let's concentrate on getting red things on the board. Let's fundraise. This may take a couple of turns. So let's divest this one because this one's red anyway. And do this. Everything's up here. Wow, loads up here. As our bonus maritime action, I'm going to get rid of this East Indies VOC monopoly. Then as my second action, I'm going to syndicate just this one here. It's free. Because then we can take the Western Eyes over in the East Indies. We've got a red agent and we can add a freedman. So done. We do have to roll for the walk. It's a 3. I have my eye on that one, but it's coming over here, so we can still use it. It's also got a Western Eyes and a suffrage. This one goes. No hate roll, and there's no barriers. green. We've got suffrage here. I probably want to fundraise. Let's do that first. Then I'm going to syndicate. And yeah, this is a bit risky. A bit risky going after India, but that's what I'm going to do. So it's going to cost me 1 because I want to place it here. The Opium Wars. Then take the Westernize up here and here. So that's 2 Westernize. Westernizing's free, remember. I just need a green agent. So I'm going to move this over to Mughal. Add 2 green freedmen here. We're thinking about points. Pieces on the board are points. But of course, with all these barriers, a 3 or a 6 is going to get rid of them. Let's see what happens. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 dice for the hate roll. First we've got to do the cultural diffusion. So 6 gets rid of this one. It's got an arrow, so this one goes. Now we're rolling 4 dice for the hate roll. This is probably going to be bad. 1, 4, 3, 5. So 1 is this one that's going to add an anarchy, losing me a victory point. 3 doesn't do anything. 3 removes the green thing. Get rid of this. Actually, going to get rid of this. That's divested. Replace that with a dissident, which doesn't really help us. It only helps white player. Only white player counts dissidents for victory. This purple 3 does nothing. Then the 4. Purple 4 does nothing. Got a white 4. So that's going to add another anarchy. It's frustrated. And then the 5. We've got purple 5 does nothing. And then a white 5 here, not frustrated, does nothing. So that means we've got a sphere with 2 anarchy for the first time. Well, at least I get to show you what this does. So pogrom roll, we're going to roll a single die. Something's going to get massacred potentially. We rolled a 1. If it's a 1, it's a white thing. If it's a 2, it's a red thing. A 3, it's a green thing. 4, 5 or 6, and then we add anarchy. Instead of adding anarchy where there's already 2, it acts like a refugee and they actually move to an adjacent one, so we'd have to place one of these spots instead. As it goes, we've kind of lucked out because if there's no white thing available, it just does nothing. So pogrom roll, we've got to get out of jail free. Market refresh. We've got 2 left. So for red, I'd really like to build a ship. It's going to cost me 2. I'm going to build it here. I'm going to add a death agent, add a marine. And with that, get rid of one of these anarchies. I'm going to do the same thing again. We're going to ship build for my second action. Another 2. We're going to build it here. Add a death agent, add a marine. Get rid of this other anarchy. Ops phase, we've got this westernize action. We can do this wherever there's a red agent or no red barrier. We've got an underground railroad, there's no red barrier here. So let's keep things in Mughal and add another freedman. There's still 1, 2, 3, there's still 4 empty spaces, so it's still bad. Let's see what happens. No, we've not got there yet, have we? We've got to roll, do the elephant roll first. So 6 gets rid of this one. Now we do our hate roll. We've got a 1, 5, 2 and a 2. So once more, the 1's going to remove a red thing. So he's going to kill that freedman that we just placed, make it a dissident. The 2 is also going to kill a red thing, but there isn't one there. So the 2 2s do nothing now. And then the 5s do nothing. Purple, we got Marines. White, no frustration. Yeah, okay. Notice we've chosen the order in which we applied them. If we applied the 2 first and did this kill, then the 1 would hit next and add an anarchy because it's frustrated, so I just did the 1 first. Okay, market refresh. Green player. That didn't really work how I wanted it to. So I'm going to syndicate. Should be here. At a cost of 2 here. And as my second action, I'm going to legislate this one. Candle Feather is viable and it's syndicated. It's going over here again. It allows me to get rid of a white barrier. This is divested. We'll get rid of this one. Hinduvata. There's 2 slavers here, so we're not going to be able to afford to syndicate because that's a slaver squared. I've only got 3 gold. But I can westernize a couple of times. Remember, westernizing is free. All I need is a green agent. I don't, or no red barriers, and we've got the underground here. We'll get 2 more freedmen here. And for my last op, do I maritime or westernize again? I think we'll westernize again and leave the ship combat to red. The elephant's moved, there's a gap in the market, so we just jump straight to the hate roll. There's now just 2 spaces, 2 dice. I need a little bit of luck. Two fives. 2 5s is good luck. That is luck. Purple does nothing. And then we got white purple. Yes. That'll do it. Okay, we got the last card available coming into the market. And it's red's turn. And we just want to get stuff on the board. I could syndicate and get an op, but I think the best thing is to build a ship and post an agent. Maybe up here in Tokugawa. So shipbuilding costs 3. 1, 2, 3. No, it only costs 2, doesn't it? 2. Posting an agent costs 1 because it's the cost of a barrier. So we'll put an agent here. We'll build a ship. We'll add a marine. And we don't want corruption. And I can't afford 2 dice. So I think we'll just leave it there. Posting an agent is an elephant action. So this is up here in Edo. So that's 2 points. Maybe we could have legislated a couple of times. That would have been a couple of points. So I think that evens out. Elephant roll is obviously going to get rid of a card. This one. Market phase. This is empty. Hate roll. There's 1 empty spot. So anything other than a 1 or a 2. It's a 5. So we're good. We're good. And that's it. That's the end of the game. Wow. Wow. PAX Emancipation certainly puts you through your paces. And wow, did we not learn a lot along the way? But let's just check our score. Did we achieve victory? We've got more than 6 agents up here. That's the number of, more than the number of slavers. And there's 23 barriers left. So we've squeezed in over the wire both times. Each token of your colour on the map, so that's freedmen, admins, factories, and the default admin, all add to your score. 1 victory point each. Let's say dissidents only count for the white player, so we're ignoring those. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Then there's 8 points over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The Marines do count. That's a dissident. 1 here, 2 here. That's a dissident. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. 2 dissidents. 6 here and then 3 here. For a total of 32. Then we add up over here. So 1 each. We know there's no anarchy on the board, so that's 18. 6 for those 2. I guess we could have done an action over here in Zululand and gotten rid of that disease. Yeah, I didn't think of that. That might have been better. But the 18 was enough on top of the 32 to reach 50. That is victory. So 56. And then 16, 17, 18, 19. Would you believe it? 19 here. 19 on to 56. That's 75 victory points. Wow, that's cracking. That was bang on a decisive victory. 75 points. We got a thunderstorm going on right now. It marked the end of our game and the end of our victory. That's PAX Emancipation from Sierra Madre Games. What a game. What a story. And what a wonderful solo experience. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.